guys, it's Sarah. It's December. What? You guys ready for the holidays? I guess I'm getting ready. I'm kind of in the spirit. We're decorated and lots of presents bought already, and yeah, we're getting into it. For the month of December, I do have a lot of books that are going to be on my Kindle because I have a lot of review books that have been sent to me digitally, and I want to be able to read them and have them ready for when the release date comes out. That's going to be, spoiler alert, one of my goals for 2018 is to read my review books more ahead of time than I normally do, so that way I'm 100% ready when the release date comes around. All right, so I'm going to start with a buddy read that I'm going to be doing this month, and that is going to be The Passage by Justin Cronin, and this is going to be one that I buddy read with my friend Lisa from Books and Smiles. Her channel will be linked down below. Please go check her out if you haven't already. I talk about her enough. You guys should be watching her. So this is a book that we have been talking about reading for a while, and we're finally going to make it happen this month, and mainly because we're both going to be done with school. So I'm done with school already. All of my work is done. Everything's turned in. Like, everything's great. I don't have anything for the month of December to do for school. Lisa, I think she said her last exam is towards the middle of the month, so after that she's going to have a lot of time. But this is a long book, and the writing is small, as you can see. So this one's going to be something that is going to take a little bit to get through, which is totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. But I'm really excited to read this. I've heard such great things about this trilogy, and then I've also heard like nothing, because I cannot give you a synopsis of this. All I know is that something about a government experiment goes very, very wrong, and something happens to the citizens because of that, and you're kind of in survival mode. I've heard zombies, I've heard vampires, I've heard disease. So I guess we'll see what actually is in here, but nobody can give me like a straight up answer. And I think it's probably because maybe they don't want to or ruin anything, which is great. I appreciate it. But I think it's very interesting that a few people have tried to tell me what this is about, but they really didn't tell me anything. So makes me more intrigued. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the review books that I need to read this month, and I'm going to go kind of in order. I have 5 review books that have been sent to me, either in ARC form, which I have 2 that I'll show you, and then I have a bunch that are on my Kindle digitally. One of them I got from the author, one I got from the publisher, and one I'm going to be part of the blog tour for it, so I got a digital copy, and I'm going to have a physical copy coming in January, but I want to go ahead and get them read now while I can. So this first one is called The Prince of Corin, and this is written by Melanie J. Bremen, and this one, the author contacted me through YouTube and asked if I take requests for doing reviews from authors, and I was like, absolutely, if I'm interested. And she sent me the synopsis of her book, and I was like, yep, yeah, absolutely, I'm definitely into that, because this book is a young adult fantasy book, and that is a genre I really want to get into more in 2018. Again, another spoiler alert there. I need to stop spoiling you for all of my goals, because that's going to be a whole nother video. But I do want to read more fantasy. That's a genre I'm so interested in, and I keep collecting books from it, and I'm just not reading them. So I think this one would be a good one to get into, because not only is it young adult, which means it'll be a little bit easier to follow, but it is something that actually sounds really interesting. This book, it was actually just released. It came out November 30th, so I will leave a link to it down below if you guys want to go and like read the synopsis and everything for yourselves. It's a pretty long synopsis, so I don't want to go too much into it. And plus, I want to go in it a little bit vaguely so that, you know, I'm not knowing exactly what's going on. I can kind of help figure things out. But it is available now, and when the author contacted me, I told her, you know, I can do it in December. I can't promise November, but in December I can definitely do it. She said that's totally fine. So I will be reading that in December, and I should have a review video for that one up sometime this month. Okay, the next one I have is a physical ARC form, and this is The Wife Between Us, and this is written by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Panakin, and this one comes out January 9th. So I actually wanted to read this in November, but I wasn't able to get to it, and mainly because when Tome Topple was going on, I was only reading 2 books. So that's why I wasn't able to get to this one, but it is pretty short, so I should be able to get to it here quickly and be able to read through it quickly. But this one, I believe it follows a married couple, but the description's very vague, so I don't know exactly what's happening. Let me read the back. I normally don't read the backs of books, honestly, but this one's very interesting. It says, you will assume you are reading about a jealous wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a woman who is about to enter a new marriage with the man she loves. You will assume you know the anatomy of the relationships. Assume nothing. assume nothing. So I'm down for that. I want this to throw me for a loop. I want to have no idea what's going on and try to figure things out. This has already been picked up by DreamWorks, and it's going to be made into a major motion picture, and DreamWorks is Steven Spielberg's production company, so that's really awesome. This next one is on my Kindle, and it is called By a Charm and a Curse, and this is written by Jamie Questel, I believe is her name. And this one I got from NetGalley. It's coming out February 6th. Yes, February 6th. And it is kind of a magical realism, and it follows like a traveling circus. And those are some of my trigger words: traveling circus. I'm all over it. I've enjoyed every single book that features a circus that I have read so far, so I'm excited to give this one a try and see what it's about. The next one is another physical ARC that I got, and I got this one from Clean Teen Publishing, and this is the Vikings Chosen, and this is written by Quinn Loftus. It's the first book in a series, and this one is a historical fiction about Vikings, and I'm totally down for that right now, especially since the show Vikings just came back on, so I'm totally in that mind frame. And then I heard Viking romance, and I was like, me, I'll take it. So I'm excited to see what this is about. I've actually never read a Viking romance before, so I'm, definitely interested to see, what it has to offer me. And this one comes out on February 12th, and I will be doing a review video for this one, but it'll be towards the beginning of February. It'll be before the publishing date. They said, maybe a couple weeks before, start talking about it and all that stuff. So I will definitely be giving you that, but won't be till February. But I'm excited. Okay, and this last review book that I have is called The Queen of Hearts, and this is written by Kimmery Martin. Number one, look at this cover. Is it not? Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. And happily, this is one that they sent me a digital copy, but then they also said, we will send you a physical copy in January. And I was like, yes, please. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to put it on my shelves. It's so gorgeous. This one is a medical drama. So it follows two women who go to medical school together. They become best friends. They both are working in the same hospital, and they kind of go in their separate little specialities as far as, the medical field goes. And then something happens, and someone comes back into their lives, into this hospital, and kind of shakes things up. And a big secret is revealed, and it just sounds like it's a really big medical drama, like Grey's Anatomy type. And I was like, I'm into that. I will totally love to read that. I haven't read many books that have a medical setting like that, so this will definitely be a different type of read for me, and I'm really excited about it. And again, I'm obsessed with the cover. I can't even talk about it. Okay, now let's talk about my birthday project reading, because I'm going to actually have 6 books this month that I need to read, because I did not do so well in November as far as that goes. So I need to play a little bit of catch up here, but I do have 4 books that I have either picked myself or picked out of my jar that I'm going to be reading this month. And then I have 2 from last month that I'm rolling over into this month. So for the 2 last month, I need to finish Grey by Pete Wentz. I am 60% through it, so I will finish it this weekend, 100%. I'm actually gonna be working on it after I finish filming today. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that one up. I'm enjoying it so far. And then I have The God Box, which is written by Alex Sanchez, and that is one that I need to finish up from last month. I have not started it yet, but it is next in line after I finish Grey. I'm going to start on that one. Okay, so the first one is, I guess, kind of one that I chose because it is actually the book that is going to be read by Lisa's Buddy Read group this month, so it was kind of like perfect timing. That is Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore by Matthew Sullivan, and this was recommended to me by Galen Payat. I hope I said that correctly. This one I have on my Kindle. I actually got it from NetGalley earlier this year, so I'm definitely really, really excited to read it, and just to read it with the Buddy Reads group is going to be fantastic too. So this next one, I had picked it out from my jar, and then I actually saw it at the library when I was there one day for a meeting, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And that is Coming Home, and this is written by Rosamund Pilcher, and this was recommended to me by Celine Moran. And this is actually great timing to pick this book up because it is December, it's holidays, I'm going to have a lot more free time to read. I don't have any school going on. My girls will be off school for a little bit as well, so I'll have a little bit more time to read this. But this book is heavy, guys. It's a big book, and she warned me. She said when she recommended it, she was like, it's a long book and it's historical fiction. But I'm totally down for that. I totally am. The writing is not all that big either. This is a little bit of a shorter book too. It's not like a, you know, really tall paperback or anything, but yeah, we'll see. But I've heard very, very good things about this author. So I'm excited to see what it's all about. All right, the next one that I picked out is Of Mess and Moxie. This is written by Jen Hatmaker, and this was recommended to me by Christy Boys, and I'm really excited about this one. I do have the audiobook for this already. I have it in my Audible, so I've already downloaded it onto my phone. It's ready to go. I will probably start it next week when I get to the gym, and I am just really excited to finally read something by Jen Hatmaker because I've really enjoyed her blog in the past, and I just haven't read any of her books yet, so this is a good time for me to do that. And especially in December, like the timing seems really perfect because we're coming up on, you know, Christmas and Jesus and all that stuff. And so I'm excited to read it. Okay, and the last one is Eleanor, Oliphant is Completely Fine, and this is written by Gail Honeyman, and this was recommended to me by Maria. And this is one I've heard so much about lately. So many people are talking about this book, so I'm really glad it was recommended because it's one that I was kind of thinking about anyway. And this one I will get from the library. I don't have it in my possession yet, but I'm actually going to the library tomorrow, so I'm planning to go ahead and grab it while I'm there. But I am really excited to read this. I don't know exactly what it's about. I know it's a contemporary. I think it's adult, I think. And yeah, I guess we'll see. But I was excited when I pulled that out of the jar. Okay, guys, that is it. That's a lot of books. That's 12 books this month. I really hope I can do it. I would really like to make a big effort to do it though, because it is the last month of the year. I want to be really successful. I want to kind of end the year on a really, really high note. So keep fingers crossed for me. All right, that's going to be it for me today. Please let me know down below if you've read any of these books I talked about. Let me know what you're planning to read for December, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.